Hey there, we're back. This time we're going to do the 3.4 tutorial. Let me move my little video thing out of here. All right, let's go back and see what we've got to do. Here's 3.4, number 21. Part A says to compute the z-score for a rainfall of 0.97 inch. All right, well, you can't compute the z-score unless you know the mean and the standard deviation. So let's take a moment and let's find both the mean and the standard deviation. And for that matter, I'd like to make a note right now. You don't have to put them at the bottom of the column like I've been doing. You can kind of put them wherever you want. Average, that's the mean. And you just have to tell it where the data is. Enter. And then F equals STDE. There it is. Let me double click on it. And then I wanted A2 colon A21. You can highlight it with your mouse or you can just type the numbers with a colon in between. Enter. And I'm just going to bold them to make it very clear. That's the mean and that's the standard deviation. Now the z-score for part A. All right, the z-score is going to be equal to standardize, that one right there, standardize, right there. You type STA and it pops up. All right, now it wants the x value. The x value was 0.97, comma, the mean, that's right here in cell D2, comma, the standard deviation, that's right there. Close your parentheses, enter. There you go. There's your z-score. Part A is done. Technically, you should interpret this, which means that this year it was 1.699 standard deviations below the mean. It was below average, that kind of thing. So you should write that up. Part B, determine the quartiles. All right, well, quartiles are the first time that we must use DDXL. So let's click on the column. I'm going to highlight column A. I'm going to go to the add-ins ribbon and I'm going to click on DDXL and choose summaries. Then I'm going to choose summary of one variable because this is only one variable. Click inches of rain and move it over to the left, or you can just drag it over to the left. Either way will work. And then say OK. And here it shows up all that information. Hey, there's the mean and the standard deviation too. You could have done those here if you like. All right, so let's click on this window. Let's go to File, Edit, Copy Window. You have a choice. Do you want it in text or picture form? It's kind of whatever you like, but text usually is a little easier, so let me click OK. And let me go back here, and I'm going to click on an empty cell and click Paste. There it is. Okay, so here's part B right here. Here's Q1, and here's Q3. This top one's the first quartile. This next one's the third quartile. Done. All right, part B is over with. Let's go back. Part C, the interquartile range. That is the distance between these two numbers right here. So it's 5.36 take away 2.625. There it is. That's the interquartile range. Done. Technically, you should interpret it as well. This is how far apart the two quartiles are, so 50% of the data lies between these values, i.e. 50% of the data is in a region that's this wide. Last but not least, they want the fences, lower and upper fence. So let's go back. Let's type the lower fence. The lower fence is equal to always Q1 minus 1.5 times the IQR. So I'm clicking on the cells and it knows those. You could just type the numbers in. The upper fence is equal to always Q3 plus 1.5 times the IQR, which is in cell G12 for me. Enter. There we go. We've got our fences. I'm going to make them red. Why not? Double click and make things a little bit clearer. There we go. There's your lower fence. There's your upper fence. Anything that would be higher than, oopsie, that's okay if I did that. The way to undo that is press Control Z and it brings back what I had. Anything higher than 9.4 or lower than this would be an outlier. All right, we're all done.